بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Dear brothers and sisters, there was a great scholar, his name was Yahya bin Mu'adh al-Razi rahmatullah alayh, and he summarized knowledge in 4 statements. And these 4 statements are mentioned in a book called Shu'ab al-Imaan. And I want to share what he deemed to be something that we must, knowledge that we must have. These 4 things are the most important pieces of information a person can acquire. The first one, he says that علم القوم في 4 أشياء يرون كل شيء من الله. First of all, they understand, they know, they recognize that every single thing they have is from Allah SWT. Nothing they have came from their own experience, their expertise. Nothing they have came because they deserved it. يَرَوْنَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ. They understand that everything came from Allah. Everything will happen because of Allah. If something did not happen, it happened because Allah did not want it to happen. When Ubadah bin Samit radiallahu anhu was on his deathbed and his son came to him, his son said to his father, "Dad, give me a parting advice." And his dad said to him that, "Ya bunayya, oh my son, if you want to reach the essence of Iman, you cannot reach it until you understand أَنَّمَا أَخْطَأَكَ لَمْ يَكُنْ لِيُصِيبَكَ وَمَا أَصَابَكَ لَمْ يَكُنْ لِيُخْطِئَكَ." That what happened to you could not have escaped you. And what escaped you could never have happened to you. This is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يَرَوْنَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ. 2 years ago, just on November 8th is my youngest brother's birthday. He was going to be 24 years old a few days ago, but he's with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He passed away 2 years ago as a shaheed, rahmatullahi alayh. I remember a month before that, Sheikh Abdullah was bullying me and telling me that we have to buy our brother a bigger car, a truck or an SUV. It's not safe in Michigan, the roads. And I said, yeah, we should. It's a good idea. But you know how we always stall things. 1 week went by, 2 weeks went by. Then he said it again. We should buy him a better car. His car is not good. We need to give him a better car. Little did we know, a month later, he was driving this car that is not, like it has no safety features. It was a Chevy HHR. It doesn't belong on the road. It was only built for 2-3 years. And after that, they stopped making this car. And in this car, he was driving on a low-speed road, and there was a front-end impact, and he passed away on the spot, rahmatullah alayh. The person who hit him was driving an SUV, a bigger car. Nothing happened to that person. Nothing happened to the car. But my younger brother, rahmatullah alayh, was driving this small car, because of which, he passed away instantly. Now, after that happened, it comes to your mind, people speak and say, how about if he was driving a bigger car? How about if he bought a big SUV before? Maybe this would not have happened. But we understand, because we have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that even if he had a tank that day, that was a moment he had to leave this world, and that's the place he had to leave this world. Nothing could have saved him from that. So the first piece of knowledge is, يَرَوْنَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ. All of us who are sitting here right now, we know what we have at home, our possession, our time. Now change our mindset about that everything is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Second piece of knowledge, he says, فَيَرْجِعُونَ مَعَ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ إِلَى اللَّهِ. And now they recognize that everything that they have, they take it all and give it back to Allah. Whatever resource they have, whatever money they have, whatever time they have, they take it all and they run back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَيَطْلُبُونَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ. The third thing, now they only seek from Allah. Everything that they want, they take it only from Allah. तेरी दुआ से तेरी क़ज़ा बदल तो नहीं सकती, मगर है ये मुमकिन कि तू बदल जाए. Iqbal, he says, it's possible that from your du'as, your destiny won't change. But it's also very likely that the more dua you make, that you will change. فَيَطْلُبُونَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ. Now they seek everything only from Allah. فَيَرُدُّونَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ إِلَى اللَّهِ. The fourth piece of knowledge, he says, and then anything good happens in their life, they don't attribute it to themselves, they attribute it to Allah, that Allah gave me tawfiq for this. Now we take these 4 things today, and the money that we have, the time that we have, if we understand it's not mine anyways, what we give to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to be more cherished. مَا عِنْدَكُمْ يَنْفَدُ وَمَا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ بَاقٍ. Allah does not look at us in the situation. Allah looks at us at our response to the situation. Human beings usually are in 4 situations. The first situation they're in is in times of prosperity. Allah gives prosperity to everybody, but He judges us by our response to it. He gave money to Qarun, Fir'aun, Haman, but He also gave money to Dawud alayhi salam, Sulaiman alayhi salam, and Abdul Rahman Waheed. Likewise. He doesn't look at us in that situation, but He looks at our response to the situation. So what is the response to prosperity? It's shukr. The second situation is adversity. Everyone goes through adversity, but Allah judges us by our response to adversity. In adversity, we respond by being patient. The third situation that we're in our lives is in obedience. Right now, we're in obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now Allah is going to look at us, not that we're here, but what is our response to being given the chance to be here? What is our response to it? And what do you think the response to obedience is? Can someone tell me? What should it be? Shukr? Okay, what else? Sabr, response to obedience. I'm in the state of obedience. I'm praying salah, I'm making dua. What should our response be to obedience? Huh? Focus? What else? I'm sorry, I'm a teacher. What else? Sincerity? You want to hear the response to obedience? It's very powerful. Have you ever thought, in adhan, every single time that mu'adhin says something, we respond to it with the same words. Allahu Akbar, right? Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. The only time we don't is hayya ala salah, hayya al falah. Right? What do we say? Hayya ala salah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. From this, we are saying to Allah, La hawla. Hawl means raja'a. Oh Allah, even though I'm standing right here in the masjid, but there is no power, there's no power, no being in the world that can give me the opportunity to go from the state of negligence to obedience other than you. So in the state of obedience, our response is acknowledgement of the tawfiq of Allah. We acknowledge it. We couldn't have done it on our own. We couldn't have been here on our own. We acknowledge the tawfiq of Allah. And the fourth state is disobedience, and we know the response to disobedience, which is tawbah. So Allah make us among those who respond in this situation the way Allah wants us to respond. Understand that Allah put us here. We're not tourists in this world. Rather, we're ambassadors. We have not come here on our own. We have been sent here. And an ambassador, he has to answer to the country that sends him when he goes back. We're not just here to go around sightseeing, but Allah has sent us to this world for a purpose, and Allah will ask us, I gave you all these things, how did you respond to them? Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.